Hello and welcome everyone to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I've got another game from the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship, and this is a game between oGsSuperNova and EGIdrA. So we've got Supernova in the top left position as the red Terran player, and we've got EGIdrA as the blue Zerg player in the top right. The map is Tel'Darim Altar, so this is a big macro map. Key feature of this map is the front is okay to defend. I mean, it's quite a long position here, so I mean most Terran players tend to try and wall off here unless they're being greedy, but obviously you can be greedy on this map purely because it's just like such a long rush distance. No matter, even essentially in close spawns like this, you've just got so far to go. You've got all the way around here, back through, all the way back into your main base. You are pretty much safe from any super early aggression. Now, the only downside to this map, obviously, for Zerg players, are these rocks here. It makes it a nightmare to try and take that third base super quickly. Shouldn't matter too much in a ZVT. ZVP, it's really important to be able to get the third base up due to how common Forge Fast Expand builds are. But, I mean, it just should be okay here because I mean, it's a nice, easy, natural. We'll probably see Hellion openers from Supernova, maybe some Reapers. It is a very common build to go. It gives you map control, it gives you the ability to do damage to the Zerg player's mineral line, preventing them building up that nice economy which will allow them to get everything they need to deal with the Terran army. So we will see that Supernova is just grabbing his barracks down nice and early, and also getting gas, so kind of very normal timing. Now one gas, as long as he doesn't get the other gas, will almost certainly indicate that there will be Hellions out, or Reapers, and that's really what one gas says to a Zerg player. If it is scouted, one gas means they're going for some key tech, or kind of Hellions, Reapers, stuff like that. Two gases says, I'm going to Banshee rush you. And that's pretty much the same for any race. One gas is key tech, two gas is super fast tech, and no gas means super fast rush or a lot of expansions. But IDRA actually going down here, going to scout the wrong position first, so won't get that nice early scout off to know exactly what's coming and get enough time. Well, we will have enough time to prepare for it, but it just means he won't come out super early. IDRA is getting his natural base up, will get scouted by Supernova as well, so Supernova scouting the right way, we'll know exactly what's up. We'll see this gas going down, we'll see the timings that the gas came out before the pool was started, so we'll know exactly what is going on, and we'll be able to plan accordingly because of that. Now, the SCV isn't actually going to try and get focused down. I mean, it's quite hard taking out SCVs, it's just going to run away. And here we go, a factory coming down now for Supernova, so I would almost place money on Reactor Hellions. Now, a drone does actually get in though, so we'll see that factory, and I mean, that's a big tell to IDRA. He knows now that Hellions are almost guaranteed to be on their way, and he can react in a way that will allow him to deal with it. Now, surprisingly, a lot of drones being pulled to deal with that SCV. Maybe he's worried about bunker rush. Has seen this Marine come in, so obviously knows the bunker is probably going to come down. IDRA's going to have to deal with this quite quickly, but I don't think he actually has a vision yet. But the Marine will give away that bunker's there, and now IDRA straight away is going to pull those drones back. Supernova cancelling the bunker because he knows now he's given away that it's there. There's no way that's going to go down in time. This Marine is going to try and kite around, but Zerglings are on the way out, so that Marine will die fairly quickly. And I mean, IDRA's now can go up for a counterattack and take the towers, but I mean, this supply depot wall is up, so he should be absolutely fine. Now Starport going down as well now for Supernova. Obviously Starport onto a factory, he could do Hellion drops, he could do so much, and I mean, Hellion drops are super effective in this matchup, purely because most Zerg players deal with Hellions by building up some spine crawlers, and I mean, spine crawlers are great, as IDRA is building now, but if Hellions are in the back of your base because they've been dropped off by a medevac, then spine crawlers aren't so great. But we will see now Tech Lab is going down for this barracks, and I mean, Supernova's actually got both gases up, and he is going to switch this, so we're going to see Reactor Hellion into Banshees. This is a super harassment build from Supernova. Meanwhile, we will see IDRA has pulled all of his guys out of gas, just got enough for the Zergling speed, and is doing absolutely nothing else gas related. So unless he gets an evolution chamber down quite quickly, he's going to have a lot of problems dealing with that Banshee. Obviously Cloak is on the way as well. Now those Hellions will be forced back by the Spine Crawler. Two Hellions alone can't really run past and still do damage, but two more Hellions are on the way. Some Zerglings are poking up towards Supernova's base. We'll see he's still on one base, and this should make IDRA suspicious. If you see a Terran player on one base, still at the 6-minute mark, especially at this level, you've got to start thinking yourself, what's going on here? And these Zerglings are doing the right thing, just scouting around, seeing, is there a hidden expansion? Is he trying to trick me into thinking he's doing some kind of one base play? But no, those Hellions are going to pick off the Zerglings. They won't get a scout off on all the hidden bases. But still, EGIdrA not even started getting out a evolution chamber. Cloak will finish. The first Banshee is about to finish up as well. The expansion also coming down now for Supernova, so this could be super effective. And actually the Hellions are running in, the Spine Crawler is being repositioned, and the Zerglings should be able to get us around. The Spine Crawler will finish, but I mean, the Zerglings just getting completely taken out by the Hellions. One does go down, but I mean, 3 Hellions in the base now. A lot of Zerglings have been taken out. I think cost effective wise, this has actually just been better for Supernova there. If we take a look, yeah, he came off slightly better, and here comes the Banshee now. Now only a Queen. Cloak is now done, and there goes the Cloak. So many drones are going down, and there's literally nothing EGIdrA can do about this. He doesn't have a lair, so he can't get an Overseer. And he is now just getting these Spawn Crawlers, so his Evolution Chamber has gone down. And I mean, that Spawn Crawler will get focus fired down, trying to get rebuilt. And I mean, every cancel he gets off on that just means a little more time that he can keep harassing with these Banshees, so that could be highly effective. EGIdrA has got some units positioned back here just for a counter attack, but obviously that supply depot wall is set up nicely. A second Banshee now on the way, pulling back because it's going to run out of energy for Cloak very, very soon. And EGIdrA now is in a bit of a better position. He's got that Spore Crawler up in the middle line, so should be able to deal with the Banshees now. Has got a couple of Queens out, 3 in total. And I mean, the only downside is he's got no creep connecting his 2 bases, which will make movement of the Queens slightly harder. But now we've got 2 Banshees here for Supernova. Meanwhile, if we take a look, he's just getting his orbital command down as well for that second base, so probably will fly in soon. And 1 Banshee nearly going down there. But, I mean, still, Supernova has got 2 Banshees out, which is quite a threat to EGIdrA. EGIdRA just keeping this Zergling around just to see when that expansion is going to go down. Will deny him momentarily from landing, but there's a lot of Marines there which will be able to move out and deal with that quickly. Now, lair is about 2/3 of the way done, and another great Cloak of that Banshee there. Obviously, there is a Spore Crawler, but could focus fire down this Extractor, so I mean, choosing not to, just pulling back, and I don't think that's a bad choice. Meanwhile, I do believe the other Banshee was taken down. No, it is still alive, so where are you, second Banshee? Is it hockeyed anywhere? So, where has it gone? Just moved back to go and get repaired. So, again, that's a good move. I mean, you don't want to lose Banshees early on because, I mean, they're a great unit to have for harassment, and if they do die, then it's a big investment you've lost. Meanwhile, EGIdrA just pulling some of these Zerglings back, and just so they don't get seen, might be going for a big counter-attack, and this could be really, really effective. He does get there, but meanwhile, we will see that Supernova is moving out with 2 tanks, SCVs, Marines. He's really going to go for this, and Siege mode literally just finished. The Spire only about 1/3 of the way done now for EGIdRA, so not great. That Queen will go down from that Banshee, not moving back for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Obviously, that Spine Crawler does have vision, but just so many Marines. The tanks are going to get the siege up. I mean, meanwhile, we do have EGIdRA coming back for a counter-attack as well. This is doing huge damage. Unfortunately, I can't be in 2 places at once, but, I mean, these Lings are getting in. They're going to completely destroy this mineral line. And I mean, this isn't great for Supernova. He's going to lose a lot of his economy here. All the SCVs are getting pulled. Meanwhile, if we flick back quickly, we will see these tanks are sieged up in an amazing position. Can attack natural. EGIdRA trying to get a surround on them. But I mean, there's just so much stuff. 2 bunkers are also coming down as well. Those Banshees doing great damage. And I mean, those Marines just too strong here. They are 0-0 Marines, but the siege tank with siege mode and great clustering means that they will stay up. Meanwhile, if we take a look back at Supernova's base, he's got quite a few Marines up. He's got that tank there. And he has dealt with this Ling counter-attack, which did do quite a bit of damage. If we take a quick look, EGIdRA did manage to kill 8 drones, but I mean, this is not a good position for EGIdRA here. Once those tanks are sieged up with the bunkers there, he's going to have a tough time dealing with it. The Mutalisks are on their way out. I mean, that could pick off the tanks, so really if EGIdRA can hold it off until he gets a decent Mutic number, and he can manage to take out these tanks, he might stand a chance, because there's only basically 7 Marines available. But I mean, it all depends how he goes for this. Just bringing these Zerglings and Mutalisks around, gonna have to engage, and that base is gonna fall if he's not careful. But just getting some splash damage on those Banshees, both very, very low HP. And again, if he's careful with those Mutants, he could do it. And the tanks have unsieged now, and 1 Marine is out. But again, great movement now, moving those Zerglings in while it is unsieged. But I mean, 2 bunkers there are going to take a lot of damage to take down. The Marines doing absolutely horrendous damage, and I mean, all of EGIdRA's forces have now been cleaned up. He has held off an attack temporarily, but I mean, the position is that of Supernova's, so he can just go and re-siege whenever he wants, pretty much. And great use bringing these SCVs along to repair the tanks and repair the bunkers. And I mean, EGIdRA's bought himself some time, going for a counter-attack now with these Marines, but there's just so many Marines which can take out those Mutalisks. and little misstep there. I did say Marines going in for IEGidrA, I meant the Mutalisks, but I mean, this is not a good spot. IEGiDrA is really pinned down. He's got nothing coming out of his natural base. Meanwhile, the Mule's really helping SuperNova deal with that loss of drone SCVs, but there was hardly any killed. So again, SuperNova is in a great position, and moving forward again now, re-sieging up those tanks as Scan goes off to pick off the creep tumors. Now there is quite a good muta count, but I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if he can do anything, just because those bunkers there are so strong. The Marines coming out and moving forward. A missile turret even being built now as well for SuperNova. He wants to keep this position. And just going for it now, there are 8 Marines, but IEGiDrA just pulling back, and that's the right move. I mean, once these missile turrets go out, there is no way those mutas will be able to take that position anytime soon. Some Zerglings are in position. No upgrades at all for any of the Zerglings or mutas. And here goes IEGiDrA just darting in with those mutas. Going to have 2 taken down, I think. Stim is about to finish up for SuperNova as well, getting 2 more turrets, so this is such a well-positioned spot. And IEGiDrA just going for this counter-attack now, and I mean, I think it's brave. There's a lot of units here. There's a siege tank behind the wall off, so if those supply depots go up, this counter-attack won't do very much at all. There's so many Marines there, some great siege damage going off, bring the mutas in, and I think he will actually manage to clean it up, but I mean, it's going to be close. SuperNova doing some great Marine micro there. That siege tank clearing out all of the Lings, and there is the GG from IEGiDrA after losing his natural base as well. So a good try by IEGiDrA to bring this back, but knew he had to do significant damage. Unfortunately didn't, and once you've allowed the Terran player to get a position on the low ground here and be sieged up attacking your natural, it's not a good position to be in as Zerg. So that was game 1. I hope you did enjoy it, and I am now going to go and cast game 2. Thanks for watching.